first generation Hyundai i30 proved a popular car on Australian roads. But within just one generation, the i30 has improved so much that Hyundai is now chasing the tail of the Volkswagen Golf, the best hatchback in the class. The i30 I'm driving today is the brand new SR model, which is the sporty i30 unique to Australia. And while the SR is a lot of fun with its upsized motor and its hot hatch looks, it mirrors the rest of the everyday range, which all carry this polished exterior, making the i30 one of the most attractive hatchbacks you can buy. The first generation i30 offers a substantial kit inside, and this new model just expands this proposition. All models come with a touchscreen audio system, and higher end models get this 7-inch screen, which also integrates Hyundai's satellite navigation system, which I think is one of the easiest to use on any car, anywhere. It's easy to input your destination, the voice instructions are clear, and the text is big and easy to read. It's also rather comfortable up front. The seats in this i30 SR, like the i30 Premium, are finished in leather, and it's easy to get comfortable for cruising. The driver's seat is also electrically adjustable. Vision all round is quite good, assisted by the standard reversing camera across the range. We do question though the lack of soft spaces to store your kit while you're driving. Even the Volkswagen Polo comes standard with felt-lined door bins, unlike the scratchy plastic here in the i30. The cheapest way into an i30 is a 3-door SE manual, which is great value at $20,000 on road. Most people will go for the 5-door active, which can be had for about $27,000 on road. It is possible to splash out, of course, and this SR is the way to do it, which can be had for about $32,000. Being a respectable mid-sized hatch, the i30 does offer reasonable room for passengers in the back, and it's possible to seat 3 abreast back here. However, if it's 3 adults, I wouldn't want to be driving too far. Hyundai have maximised the headroom, which is quite good for someone moderately tall. I'm 6 foot nothing, and legroom isn't too bad. Keep in mind the front seat is adjusted for me. Unfortunately, if you're only carrying 2 in the back, there's no fold-down console for the drinks of the rear passengers. However, at least the low transmission tunnel back here doesn't create an awkward situation for the feet of the third passenger. The i30's boot is a big one compared to its competitors. With the seats up, you'll find 378 litres of space, enough for 2 suitcases, and the seats also fold flat, giving you an extra 1,000 litres. There is a small load lip when the seats are flat, which might be a problem if you particularly like flat pack furniture. The driving experience in the i30 is one that could be described as similarly comfortable around town as on the open road. The i30 we're driving, the SR model, has actually had additional tuning by Hyundai Australia to provide a more engaging driving experience for our roads. They've altered the suspension and tightened up the handling, but all i30s are reasonable to drive. You're spoiled for choice when it comes to engines. There are 3 petrols and a turbo diesel. Standard fare is the 1.8 litre petrol found on the mid-spec, active, elite and premium models. The most frivolous choice is the 2 litre petrol under the bonnet of this SR, which can be brilliant fun. But the smartest motor to choose is the optional 1.6 litre turbo diesel, which can actually cost you less than the equivalent petrol. But like all diesels, this engine can be noisy. The i30 SR makes 129 kilowatts of power and 209 newton meters of torque, which places it near hot hatch territory. Hyundai Australia actually call the SR a warm hatch, which is pretty spot on. The SR is a good choice if you find the Golf GTI a little daunting, let alone expensive. Paired to the tight 6-speed manual, the SR shows that Hyundai knows what they're talking about. The clutch is moderately heavy, which is engaging, while the throw is short and precise. The i30, like its competition, is front-wheel drive, which doesn't seem to impact on driving dynamics too much. The i30 doesn't miss out on safety gear with 7 airbags, including curtains and a driver's knee bag. There are also numerous active features, including traction control, stability control, and brake assist. Servicing is taken care of under Hyundai's iCare cap price servicing program. This system covers the first 3 annual services, which will set you back $219 or $289, depending on whether you go for the petrol or the diesel. Fuel consumption varies based on your engine choice. The diesel is by far the most efficient, with a real-world figure of about 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres. our spirited driving over a week with the i30 SR produced a figure of about 9 litres per 100 kilometres. So which i30 would we go for? Well, it's hard to beat the value of the SE, and the Active is highly competitive in the early $20,000 hatchback market. But if you can spare a bit more, then look at the Elite and Premium models, which will delight you with their value proposition and high level of quality. Of course, the SR is also worth a look, but if you're after a sporty Hyundai, why not check out the Veloster SR Turbo that we were particularly pleased with earlier this year. The i30 is a very solid performer in a competitive market, and if you're looking for a hatchback, it'd be a crime not to check out the i30. Like us on Facebook, subscribe here to the YouTube channel for more quality reviews like this, and read the full review at chasingcars.com.au. Thanks.